Hey, what's up, guys? A few more ISS feed images I want to share today. Some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, it's all pretty nuts when you think about it. You try to figure out what the heck this stuff is, and it's wild. Look on the side here. How it goes out, comes around. I think this whole huge thing is the simulator. It's like a humongous machine, and that's just all I could think about this thing because there's so much structure around it. It's almost encapsulating something. I thought it was just a few, lasers and lenses and maybe some things to block stuff, but I think the whole thing is just one big AI machine. Look down here. Here's the planets that, I think they're planets. I'm not sure. I know this one at least looks like a planet. The red one. And it kind of looks like there's a blue one right here. But they have one of these blockades next to it, so it makes you wonder. They're so close. What else could they be? I mean, then you look up here. Here's another, what looks like kind of like a red planetary object. And I don't know if it's the red themselves on the planet, but then you have another one of these things on the side here. So, I don't know. It's very, very weird. And here is where the laser is being shot. You can always find those. Probably from down here, you could see some kind of object. But then we look up top, and this is really odd. You got this thing with 3 distinct lights. Looks like a UFO or something, and you see those perfectly spaced lights. And I actually think I catch it. I mean, they cut off most of the top of this, but I catch it with these lights either off or just not shining or whatever. Right here, look. See, there's a metallic object. Those aren't lit up right now. And in the next image, they are. So that's pretty wild. And then this thing on the bottom is always switching positions. I don't know if that's holding or if it's blocking anything or if it's the base for this, because I'm starting to think it's the base for this sun simulator. And then when you look closer, you can see there is some kind of structure right here that starts to look like a tower, that it might hold a light at the top, right? The top of the pyramid with a light. I mean, you back up. Let me try to darken that a little bit. Okay. You see that thing in the middle of this, and it kind of goes up. It's got rings, but it stacks up to the top. And I'm wondering if that's the base for this thing. I don't know. It's pretty wild. But yeah, and then it looks like there's another planetary object. That's what I call them because they look like a planet, but those lights are off in that image. That's what's weird about it. Anyways, here's another one. But then when you get close, part of this is either blacked out or it's moved up top there. And they do black stuff out on here all the time. I don't know why. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to block out everything around the sun, I guess, without it being too obvious, but this is kind of weird too. You got this another, what looks like a planetary object, the red one, but it looks like it's like hooked to this. I don't know if that's a red lens or what, but when you get closer, it doesn't look circular. That's the shape, okay? And it's got this red, it might be some kind of dust or lensing, cloaking light, I don't know. Then there's something hooked to there. I mean, they got all sorts of weird stuff going on there. Just very strange, guys. See these glowing orbs down here, too. It's really, really weird. I think I've showed that one. Yeah, this one looks good right here. I mean, you could see the red and the blue, but then they have a structure around it. Very odd. And this looks like another red planetary object, but there's no, it doesn't look like the shape of the last thing I saw. So, but the lights are on here, up there. I mean, what is this? This red light up here. That could be a laser dot. See, look at this. There's that metal shining off the light. Wild. Yeah, there's a huge structure around this thing. And then here's another image. I always catch this thing. Okay, I'm sure any guys who've looked at the ISS feed have seen this thing at some point. I don't know if it's a reflection or what, but I look down the corner here, and it looks like they are hiding something. And then I got closer, and it looks like this thing is hooked to something right here. Looks like it's hooked onto here. But then when you get down here closer, you see all this green mist. You see these craft, or whatever type of machinery, behind all this stuff. And here it is again. You see this stuff. I mean, it looks like, literally like a city, like a floating city. When you get close, you could see like buildings everywhere. I mean, It's got like roads. That's what it looks like. You get close in there. Let me see if I can darken it up. I don't know if that made it better or worse. But you could see a wall here, wall here. It looks like buildings all over this thing. And then it goes up. I mean, it's like a huge machine structure, labyrinth. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but very strange.